Hi, welcome to Disabled Disney this week on YouTube. Hi. So this week we're going to talk about what it's like and some tips and tricks on traveling to Disneyland with little kids. Yes, I'm talking about the ankle biters, the children, the littles. So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, hit the little subscribe thing down below. If you haven't followed us yet on Instagram or Twitter, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Like us on Facebook. You can support us on Patreon if you would like to. That would be great. Help us get some more videos and some more content out there. Make sure to check out our blog, and I'm going to put links to everything in the description. So all you got to do is go down to the little description area and click on what you want to do, and it'll take you right there. So easy, right? So this isn't like a top 10 list. It's just tips and tricks on doing Disney with little kids. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. My first one is be patient. Kids need a lot of love and time, and going to Disney means they need more love and time. So be patient with them, and be patient with yourself, because your kids are going to try every single one of your nerves. Or if you went like we did with a big group of nieces and nephews, they're going to try every single one of your nerves, every single one of their brothers and sisters' nerves, every single one of their parents' nerves. And literally, I mean every single one. So just be patient. And remember, you're there to have fun and relax. Don't let it get to you. You know? Be chill. It's fun. You're going to have, fun. So be really, really patient with your kids. The next thing I want to talk about is safety. So you never think anything bad's going to happen to your kids. I know. I was the same way with mine. But it can. Our daughter almost got separated from us on our first trip to Disneyland. She was 10. Luckily, she did what my husband calls the smartest thing ever and grabbed my husband's shirt before she got lost in the crowd. But we did go over safety tips with her, which is we showed her what the cast member name tags all look like, because every single cast member, no matter their job position, has one of those name tags. So she, no matter what they were wearing, she knew she could find one of them and ask for help. And they take them to the baby care centers if they get lost. And they say the parents are lost, not the kids, so that way they don't freak out the kids. So you're lost at that point, not them, because they know where they are. You don't know where you are. I don't know. It makes sense for the kids. And I always take a picture of our group in the morning so I know exactly what all the kids are wearing, because when you go with a bunch of kids, most of the time you don't remember what they're all wearing. That's something that I do. The next thing is heights for the kids to go on attractions, aka rides. It's for their safety, so don't do things to try to make them appear taller. If they're not tall enough, do rider switch. So that way the tall enough people can go on the ride. So you send half of them on the ride and you have half stay with the kids. And then when they get off, the other part of your party can go on, most of the time through the fast pass or through the exit. So that way you're not having to wait, which is great. Just do rider switch. It's a great benefit to the taller people. I was going to say older, but then I realized it's by height, not age. So the next thing is baby care centers. They have baby care centers that have rooms where you can nurse if you're nursing your children. They've got changing tables, high chairs, kitchens with microwaves. So if you want to heat up food for your child, they have it. You can bring in your own food for your kids. So even baby food. Baby food's like the one exception for glass you can bring into the park is baby food. They have little play areas in there for the kids. We'll do a video when we go in March on the baby care center, so you'll have a better idea of what they look like. They also have vending machines where if you forgot or didn't bring enough diapers, where they have diapers, wipes, formula, all that kind of stuff. So you want to pack it all and remember to bring it all, but just in case something happens and you didn't bring enough or you didn't pack enough, they got you covered. Disney has you covered with everything. That's my next suggestion. Pack at least one change of clothes for anyone that age, because something will happen. They'll have an accident. You'll need clothes. Pack at least one change. Some people recommend two, but one's normally good unless you have a really messy kid that has lots of problems. But the next thing is use a stroller. Even if you don't use a stroller at home most of the time, it's a lot of walking and you're going to get tired of carrying your kid all the time. If you don't have one, they have ones you can rent. So my next tip is bring something that will identify your stroller, like a bandana or something you can tie to it where you can instantly go, that's my stroller, because they all look the same. When you get a sea of strollers in there, they all look the same. I have heard of people that will buy a balloon every day for their kids and then tie it to the stroller, and that's how they'll identify theirs, is by a balloon, but that can get expensive. And if you don't want to do that, just bring like a brightly colored bandana and tie it to the handle, or something that you can tie and instantly go, yep, that's my stroller right there in that sea of strollers. And that's the next thing. Make sure you park in stroller parking. You cannot take strollers in lines for attractions at Disney, but there's stroller parking everywhere. And I've been on both sides of this. It can be a pain when people just leave their strollers wherever. I've been on both sides. I've done it. Yes, I have. I will admit it. I've left my stroller someplace it shouldn't be. But I've also been on the other side where I'm in a wheelchair and I can't get somewhere I need to go because there's a stroller in my way. So I've been on both sides of it. But just make sure your strollers are parked in the stroller parking and not just left wherever. It's a courtesy to everyone else and other people that are doing it. I know sometimes it can be a pain, but just please do it. You can bring in your own food and drink, so make sure you bring your kids' favorite snacks. So if a line's taking extra long and they're maybe a little bit whiny, they could be hungry, so they have a little snack, you can whip out their goldfish crackers or whatever they like, because you can bring in your own food, as long as it's not glass, with the baby food exception. And Toontown has a lot of little play areas, so it's great for the little ones. They have little things that you can turn and it'll make a noise, or pull and it'll make a noise, or look through windows and there's stuff there, or there's just neat little things everywhere in Toontown. So really explore Toontown with little ones.
And Donald Duck's playboat. Yeah.
That's one of the places, Donald Duck's playboat. And then there's little things all over the place. So really explore Toontown if you have little ones. The next thing is they have a water ball in Tomorrowland. And there's little benches for the adults to sit on, and they can just go play with the water ball and turn it. My daughter's a teenager. She still likes playing with that thing. So if you need a break, go over to Tomorrowland. Just sit down, relax, let your kids play with the water ball. It's also really good for watching the fireworks, because you can see the fireworks going over the castle really well from there, and your kids can play with the ball while you're waiting, and you can just sit there and relax. And you're not going to get the video stuff they put up, but if you don't care about that and you just want to see the fireworks, it's a great viewing area for the fireworks. Bathrooms. So they have bathrooms all over the park, but there's one right when you enter. If you go to the tunnel to the right, there's a bathroom right there as soon as you come in. And that's a good tip for if you have little ones, because a lot of times after transportation to get there, depending upon if you're staying there or driving there, or you're at a hotel and you're taking a shuttle in, no matter how you're getting to the park, and then actually getting into the park, and then waiting in line to get in the park, and then a lot of times little ones will have to go to the bathroom. So if you go to the right with the tunnels to go underneath the railroad, there's a bathroom right there as soon as you walk through the gates. If you can't wait that long, there is also a bathroom on the outside of the gates to the left, right? To the left.
Over by the lockers.
Over by the lockers. There's a bathroom if your kid can't wait that long.
Now, to get to that bathroom, though, that's just past the tunnel, you do have to go past that first little tiny stand that's normally there. But before you're at the first building, you make a right and you walk down that pathway. It's all the way down there in the end on the left. It's you're going to see a sign that's back there just past the bathroom that says cast members only. It's just before that. It's not just like sitting out there where you can see it. It's kind of hidden.
Yeah, it's
so
down like a little aisle way, kind of. But if you ask a cast member where's the bathroom, they'll tell you. But it's like right there. It's really easy to find. Well, kind of. But then again, I know where I'm going, so that's the voice of my husband that you're hearing. Because, but yeah, you have to go in under the railroad, and then there's like a little cart thing, and then you go to the right down the little aisle thing. And there's lockers to rent if you don't want to carry all your stuff around all day. There's lockers to rent outside the main gates. You do have to remove everything every day. They're not overnight lockers, but you can rent the locker, put your stuff in there, and then if your kids need it, come out and get it. If you want to rent a stroller because you don't want to bring it, the stroller rentals or with the wheelchair rentals outside of the main gates over by the bus drop-off area that way. So if you're looking at the main gate, it's to the right. You can take the stroller rentals or wheelchair rentals anywhere as long as it's not past the security point. So in Disneyland Park, DCA, Disney California Adventure Park, or Downtown Disney, but you can't take it past the security checkpoint. They have in DCA, they have Playhouse Disney. So if your little ones like to watch the Playhouse Disney, it's Playhouse Disney live on stage, and they get to just bounce around and jump. There's not even any seats. You sit on the floor and they can dance and sing to all their favorite, Disney Junior songs. There's also Animation Academy, which is really cool, where they teach you how to draw a character. They have Turtle Talk with Crush. And the little kids go sit down on the floor, and Crush will ask them questions. He'll say, there'll be a little boy wearing an orange shirt, and he'll say, yeah, the little dude with the orange shell. And he can ask him questions, and or they can ask him questions. I've seen him ask them questions. It's a really fun thing with little ones. They love it, especially if they like Finding Nemo. It's really cool. They have Monsters Inc., the ride for Monsters Inc. over there, if they like Monsters Inc. I love that ride myself. It's one of my favorite rides. They have the aerial ride's good for little ones over in DCA. Also, something that they might get a kick out of, if you go to, he's there a lot of times in the morning. Officer Blue walking around when you first get into their Main Street kind of area, which is called Buena Vista Street. He's just looks like a police officer walking around in a blue uniform. He will sometimes give you a ticket for having too much fun. I mean, how can you have too much fun when you're at Disneyland? So maybe keep an eye out for him. Tell him hi. Your kids might get a kick out of that. They have the army men sometimes walking through there, which the kids all love that kind of stuff. You can meet, if your kids like cars, go to Cars Land in DCA, because you can meet Tow Mater and Lightning McQueen and Big Red, and they have all sorts of cool stuff down there for you to check out. There's just really a lot of stuff for the little ones to do in the Disneyland Resort. And
the place to find those guys is in front of the Cozy Cone.
yes.
And I don't recall how often it is, but they do have DJ's Dance Party, where DJ will come out and park in the middle of the main intersection there underneath the traffic light and play some songs, and the kids get to go out there and dance.
Yeah, and they get to dance with cast members that are dancing, and it's really cool. And the kids always enjoy it a lot. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. Make sure, again, you subscribe to our channel. We need you to subscribe. And find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Support us on Patreon if you can. We love you out there in internet land. Have a magical day.